right. Let's see what we have in here. What's up, card gift? What's going on? What's up, Jose? How you guys doing today? Alright. Hello from Portugal. What up, what up?
What's up, what's up? What's up, what's up?
¿Qué onda? Ciao, Oscar. Hello from Kissimmee. What's up? What's up, John?
Alright.
Sergio, you welcome, buddy.
Saturday show, what's up, fellas? Hey, thanks again, guys, for the great questions. Car gift, I used yours. So I hope you guys got the opportunity to check out the live interview we did Monday with Steve Irby. By we, I mean me. I was in Stillwater, Oklahoma, which is where Stillwater Designs, which is now Kicker, is. And we had a great time.
Yeah.
It was...
Why you have a great time?
I had a great time. Well, the other guys that were there also had a great time. There was a bunch of dealers. I think there was like a total of
Mauricio.
15, 16 dealers there. So that was a lot of fun. We got to take a tour. And of course, we filmed it. So there's going to be a cool video sometime next week.
Yeah.
Speaking of videos, obviously, we didn't have too many videos this week.
Yeah.
And I apologize for that. I will tell you this. The hotel that they put us up in, which was a beautiful Best Western, and I mean that sincerely, it was a beautiful Best Western.
Thank you.
The internet sucked. It was terrible, and I ended up having to use all the data on my phone and Wi-Fi hotspot to upload the 2 videos you did get. So that's all we got for videos this week. Although if you're really jonesing, you can go check out over at The Boring Life of Dean and Haley, because Haley made me edit her video last night. So that video went up yesterday night at about, I don't know, 1 o'clock. So that one is up. How much weight did you lose? Not cardio really, that's okay. About 30 pounds. About 30 pounds. Depends on the day of the week, but yeah, about 30 pounds.
Hello from LA.
Still running constantly. Actually, if you check out the Boring Life of Dean and Haley, we talk about that more on that show. So I know it's not cardio related, and that's okay. If you want to check it out, check it out. Also, I'd like to let you guys know the first round of stickers went out.
Some of you guys get it.
A lot of you guys got them.
Yep.
I know a lot of you guys got them because we sent out a lot of stickers. Don't worry, if you didn't get one, you'll get them in the next batch. Everyone that has already put in their address got them, and I know you're going, well, how do I get one? Don't worry about it. Right now, we're spent. The first batch went, so we got another batch coming in the next week or so, hopefully. So we'll throw it back up there. I'm going to keep running batches. Please. Okay, forget how I said that. We're going to keep making stickers until everyone has stickers.
Yeah.
Okay, so don't worry about it. If you didn't get them on this first go around, you'll definitely get them on the second or third or whatever. Everyone's going to get stickers, so don't panic if you didn't get yours yet. We'll talk more about that. I don't want to put up the address right now. You can find it in previous shows because right now we're pretty much...
Hello from Norway.
You guys, it was a great response, so obviously it was a good idea, so we're going to keep going. If you guys want to get shirts, we put up 2 new shirts. We talked about them last week. We have the... at the end of the day, 5-star car stereo shirt went up. Thanks to you guys. That was inspired by you guys. What's up, Victor? Hey, put in another Halo 9 today in a Toyota just for you. And then we also have another one that says 5-star addiction.
5-star.
5-star car stereo addiction.
Yeah.
It's a really neat shirt. So we got 2 new shirts went up. There'll be a couple more going up. I want to make sure we get a bunch of new shirts going up, and they're all like $20. So I try to keep them as cheap as possible. What's up, Cyber Trucker?
What's going on?
I got your message the other day that he put up on the 6x9s, and you were probably right about them not having the light bulbs in them anymore. Well, you were right because you put them in, so you know that. Those were, I was thinking of an older version of those, and I really haven't had time to go back and look at what we have on the shelf. We might actually have an older version on the shelf. But,
how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, but they do cut out when you put a lot of power through them. And that was the point of that. But anyways, what's up, Jason? How's everything going? Just gave up on my fiberglass for deck going to pay.
Oh.
It happens. Got my stickers in the mail on Wednesday. Thank you so much. And there again, we'll thank Sue and Haley for that. Those are the 2 that took care of that because obviously we don't have time to play with that. And then Also, we're going to do something for the Patreon. So a lot of you guys out there are Patreons. One of the things, when I was sitting in my hotel room staring at what are your t-shirt sizes again? I'm a large, he's a medium.
Yep.
When I was staring at the ceiling in the hotel room, not that this was an original idea by any stretch of the imagination, I probably heard it somewhere and I'm going to steal it. So for all you guys that are Patreon members, we do the podcast that we've been kind of lacking on, but we've been doing them one every other week. We're going to stop slacking, we're going to get back to one a week, and we're going to film it. And what we're going to do is all the Patreon guys, you're going to get the video release of the podcast. So everyone else is just going to have audio. But if you're a Patreon, like Jason, you're going to get a video version of that, of course, with probably some video antics that you, of course, can't see in the podcast. So that could be cool. We're going to see how that goes. Hopefully that will encourage some more of you guys to become Patreon members. Because we never really wanted to film that one and fill up space here because we didn't want it to take up one of the days that we normally do on this. It's going to be a fairly straightforward record, so we think we're going to be able to do that without killing too much extra time. So yeah, Victor, you're a Patreon member too. So you'll get the and that's probably going to start in the next 2 weeks, so give us a minute. We still got to come up with topics and fun stuff like that. We got to write stuff down. That's the problem. We actually had a bunch of good ideas for podcasts, and we didn't write them down because we thought, we'll remember. Yeah. No.
What do we talk about? Yeah, exactly.
Now, hey Dean, still waiting for you to sell me those Alpine amps. Yeah. I bought a Zen 9. If you guys didn't know that. I bought these Zen 9. So if any of you guys saw the video that we did of at Knowledge Fest, that Zen 9 we picked up, I actually bought that. I saved it from Paul. Not going to do anything with it other than keep it on the shelf, but yay, I don't even know why. Other things, the trip to wherever the hell I went, the trip to Stillwater was amazing. Okay. I'm telling you guys what, there again, if you guys didn't catch that interview I did with Steve Irby, do yourselves a favor. It doesn't matter whether you love kicker or not. This guy has been in this business for 40 plus years. There is nobody that has history like him in this industry anymore. That group of people are going fast. He still owns the company. It's still a privately owned company. It's owned by the Irby family. Him and his wife, they own the whole thing. And it is, I feel that if a lot of you guys understood what happened there, and hopefully you're going to see some of that, you would all love kicker. Mm-hmm. Regardless of what you feel about them, I feel the problem with today is we all get caught up in things like, if you don't have an iPhone, you suck. If you don't have an Android, you suck. If you don't drink the stuff I drink, smoke the stuff I smoke, or root for the team that I root for, you suck. And unfortunately, behind all those things that suck are groups of people that have a passion for the things that they do in some cases. And in this case, kicker is definitely one of those. It's a good group of people, and I was telling Fernando, the average employee has been there between 30 to 15 years. It's insane. They love what they do. It's crazy. Got my stickers. Cool, man. Dean, you couldn't contain yourself. Let me tell you what. They pulled out all the stops for me there. Let's talk about that for a minute. So Lori, who's gonna you'll get to say hi to for about 2 seconds, then we're going to take off the show because she doesn't want to be on it. But she was on the show. She was on one of the pre-tests because we did like 3 pre-tests. She pulled out all the stops for me. She picked me up at the airport, which I'll tell you right now, Stillwater Airport, it's the funniest thing you guys are ever going to see. They have like 3 flights a day, and it's just hilarious. It was the toughest TSA I have ever been through. Okay,
small, but
I was like this. Go slow. Go slow. Okay, it was insane. But, dude, she picked me up at the airport, took me to a hotel, we hopped back in the car, we went to Kicker, she gave me a private tour of the whole facility. I got to meet a ton of the people there, and the people there that knew me, they were running up saying, hey, hi, and I was like, oh, hey, cool. We got to see all kinds of neat stuff.
Yeah.
We went everywhere. They basically pulled back the curtain and just showed it to me, and it was like, wow, this is incredible. And everyone there was just like on board for whatever I wanted to do. And like I said, there was 15 other dealers there that they hadn't entertained, but man, it was like, oh, wait a minute, hold on, Dean's coming by. And I was like, I'm a sucker, so I'm like, yeah, that's right, I'm coming by. But they did an amazing, it was just amazing, it was an amazing experience.
Yeah.
So, for sure. Are you answering questions today? Yes, we are answering questions today, so start loading up your questions. We're going to answer them. I know I'm talking. I just want to fill you in with what's been going on. So, yeah. What do you got for me?
All right, so let's see. I installed a double DIN in my 2003 Silverado 1500 with Bose system. No OnStar. I use this Coach GM200A module.
Okay.
I'm getting a speaker staticky at 0 volume.
Yeah. So it has Bose.
Yeah.
So what you want to do is add 2 noise filters. Anytime we do Bose and something like that, we always add noise filters. Hopefully you're still using the RCAs, you need to cut them off. But we know when we do the RP4 or the RP3 that has the RCAs for the Bose interface.
What's up, Justin?
We use, what are they, the LC1s?
The LC1s.
Is it the LC1? I think it's a Pack Audio LC1.
Mm-hmm.
Jason?
Anyways,
you're going to want to put noise filters on there because it just works.
Yeah.
And it'll fix your problem with that. Can I hook up a radio speaker plus run signal to RCA cables on my amp?
Exactly.
Yeah, yes, of course you can. So what a lot of people like to do is they'll use deck power to power their 4 speakers with the little 18 watts by 4 that's in the radio, and then they'll plug in the RCAs to power up a subwoofer. That's a real common thing. Now, where it becomes kind of like is if you're gonna, let's say, put in an amplifier for your highs, and then like a lot of people like to put the tweeters off deck power. Don't ever do that. Just don't do that. Everything else is everything good. All right, guys, happy Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Clint?
Jay
Compressor.
Slack.
We got it.
Yeah, I got it.
SNI
Jay Slack say, hey, good evening,
SNI1.
guys.
There you go. Noise filters, the SNI1. Sorry. Thank you, Chris. Oh, wait. Big shout out to Christian. Christian stopped by today. He's always in the comments here. He's the lover of the DSR-1.
Yeah.
And because he is the lover of the DSR-1, he actually showed us a feature today we didn't know about.
Yeah.
So he said, make sure you give me a shout out today. And I was like, I totally will. So
shout out to Christian.
Plus, he also took a bunch of pictures of my Zen 9.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
That's
all right,
cool.
Pack SNI1. Thank you, Jason. All right, go ahead.
All right, so this is just good evening, guys. I just got in town from vacation from Nebraska.
Soon, Ralph, soon.
From Nebraska and got super excited. I drove past by you shop.
Oh, cool.
You should stop.
Speaking of funny, okay, this is the funniest one yet as far as you guys stopping by the shop. So we had a guy yesterday, do you remember his name? Was it like Jim? He was evacuating from the Carolinas where the hurricane has decided to pummel, and he was looking for a stereo shop. He needed to get a kit and wiring harness and all that fun stuff. And he walks in the install bay. He's like, "You guys have any time to do stuff?" And we're like, "No, man, we're booked like 2 weeks out. I'm sorry."
And we were like busy.
We were busy. We were running around. We were trying to get this car done. And he's like, "Oh, okay," you know, kind of bummed. And then he walks out the door. He turns around, walks back in, looks at Fernando, and goes, "Hey, man, aren't you the YouTube guys?"
I know. He said,
"Yeah,
you know what?
Yeah."
I feel familiar.
Fernando's going, "No."
And I'm like, no, I don't think so.
And then he smiles. He goes, "Yeah, that's me." And he looks at me and he goes, "You're the other guy, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe it. I watch you guys all the time. I just stumbled into this place." That was so cool. Greetings from Dallas. What's up, Greg? I was just there. Okay, so that was our funny story for the day.
Yeah, that's cool. Hey, Dean, how do I retain the Harman Kardon system on my WRX if I change the head unit?
Ooh, that's a tough one. So, honestly, I don't have an answer for that one. I know what you're thinking. Oh, it's not that you can't do it. It's that I don't remember. And that's really what it comes down to. I don't remember how to do the one. I don't know if it's as simple as if you just have to trigger a remote turn on and it turns back on. But if anyone is going to have that interface, it's going to be Metra. So if you go to metraonline.com, they're probably going to be the guys that will know how to do that, or at least sell you the right pieces. Did you see Crutchfield started selling Hertz Audison the beginning of the month? There goes the neighborhood. Yeah. Yes, Rob, we did. And actually, because we're part of that group, there was tons of backlash from it already of people going, yeah, exactly what you said. There goes the neighborhood. So we'll see how it goes. They've been selling Morel. They've also sold Focal for years now, and those lines are still doing quite well.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's going to be as bad as we all think it is. Honestly, I don't really think it's going to be that bad.
Yeah.
If anything, it's going to bring more to them. They look at it as Focal and Morel have been fairly successful with it and has brought them a lot of business, so why not join the crowd?
Yeah. What about those lanyards that you guys have behind you?
What about them? Stop by and you can have one.
Yes.
Those are the gifts that we hand out when people... those are the gifts we hand out when people come into the install bay. That you know, we hand these out. So you guys get stickers because they're thin and I can mail them out to you. These are thicker. They're harder to mail. Hey guys, just finished Stinger Overkill on my doors. Oh yeah, cool, Christian. We just talked about you. You missed it.
Yeah.
Sorry, bro.
Shout out to Christian.
Yo from New Zealand. And it's gone. What's the brand of speaker wire, RCA's, cables used most importantly? We use Stinger everything, so that's easy. How do I add noise filters to an interface module using that doesn't have RCA's? Ooh, see, that was the question. Right. You really can't. So the interface probably already has the noise filters built into them. They're just not working. So Scosche is not the most favorite when it comes to interfaces for GM. Mm-hmm. In other words, we don't use those. We use that. No big deal. We beat Crutchfield prices every day, and we do too.
Yeah. All right. I've been trying to figure it out. What's the size of the 4-gauge wire for the TechFlex of the wire cover that you use?
What is it? Is it the size?
Yeah, I think it's
it's
half inch.
Well, okay, so we use...
That's 3/4.
Half inch is what we use the most of.
Yeah, half inch is what we use for the 4-gauge.
So 3/8. Actually, you can use 3/8. All right, if you get half inch, if you got to get one size, get half inch because half inch will cover just about everything you're gonna do. Yeah. Half inch can squeeze over 0 gauge. It'll fit over 4 gauge. It'll definitely fit over 8 gauge.
12 gauge.
We also carry 3/8.
Yeah.
But yeah, half inch seems to be that one size that fits everything. Hold on. I saw something I wanted. Dean, can I keep my factory radio with a DSP-1 and a 2018 4Runner, no JBL? Will it sound good? So, that's a wonderful question, and it's a tricky question because I'm going to tell you straight out. Anytime you keep a Toyota factory radio, no, it doesn't sound good. Yeah. But yes, you can do it, and with a bit of time, playing with the EQ, your volume's up. Yep. You'll be good. It's just because the DSPs have gotten really good. So yeah, you'll be okay. It's just obviously for me, any car that I can replace the radio in, I like to replace the radio. But with that being said, as long as you take your time, you'll be all right.
This is kind of hard. 2007 Kia Optima with Infinity System, wire colors in the amp.
No idea. That's no idea. Stuff like that, we don't have. We just troubleshoot and find it. That's it. Holy cow, it's Tony. What's up?
I have a 2015 Chevy Cruze with the Hurst Miller components. Fit in the factory location, mainly in the tweeters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sound good? Is that a question or a statement? Sounded like a statement.
I think it's a statement.
Okay, that sounds wonderful. Victor would like to know how your week was without me.
That was awesome, man. No. It was hard because I get a Toyota with 4 speakers, backup camera, and radio. So I had to do normally what we do is he do the radio and everything. I run the backup camera, and then we meet in the middle. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, it's always a push for time when it's just you doing the one thing. That was good, man.
That was good.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, and to be honest with you, I didn't think about you the whole time.
No. I figured, I'm like, that's fine. That's why I don't want to bother you, at all, because I'm like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I take that, but because doing the amount of work that I had to do there with the filming and all that, not having him next to me to make sure that I was, because when we're doing what we found when we're doing those shows like that, it doesn't seem that way, but I rely heavily on him to make sure the back end of things is just working so that I can just be me.
Yeah.
And without him there and me having to do both sides of it, it was very stressful. So one of the reasons why I was like, when we were doing it was because I was trying to make sure that this was working while I was interviewing Steve, but trying to listen to Steve so I could cue off to the next question, and it was like, ooh, gosh, this is fun. So not having him there for that was torture. But we made it through, and it was a really good interview. Kicker was really happy because a lot of you guys have viewed it, but keep viewing it, please. Like I said, just keep watching it because You know, the more of you guys that watch that video and show these people that they want to know this stuff, the more we have access to these people so we can let you guys know this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a circle of
Oh,
life
yeah.
stream. The more you watch it, the more we
the
get
opportunity
access to them.
Yeah.
So, and trust me, trying to get access to this guy was tough. He's a very busy guy. He runs one of the
can you
largest
imagine?
car audio companies. And he still runs it. He's still there every day. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. All right. I have a factory radio that doesn't have navigation, and I get an aftermarket radio with nav. Do I need?
Hold on. Fat. He says, I just wanted to say thanks because of you guys, my truck has no interior right now.
That's not my fault. That's him.
Okay, go on.
Okay. I have a factory radio.
Yes.
It doesn't have navigation. I get an aftermarket radio with nav. Do I need anything, or it will work out of the box? No, you will need harness and a dash kit.
Well, yeah, you'll need the pieces to put it in,
Yes.
but other than that, it'll work
Just
out of the
check
box.
packaudio.com,
Yeah.
metraonline.com, Scotch, and you type your model number, year, everything from your car, and they pull all the information for your
Thanks,
car.
Vince. Yeah, so when you buy a navigation system, the number one question we get asked when we sell a navigation system is how much is the subscription? There is no subscription to navigation. So it just works. It'll come with a GPS antenna. You put that underneath the plastic in your dash,
Tim, look at that,
and you're
Tim.
good to go. What?
Yeah. Tim is about to go to the Addison training today.
Oh, cool.
That's awesome.
In Melbourne?
Melbourne.
Yeah, wow, that's
That's
cool.
cool, man.
Lucky at least somebody gets to go to one of those trains. Have you guys done a complete system
Game from
specific-
Dallas.
and a Mazda specific on a head unit and a Mazda 6? I know we've done a Mazda 3s. I know we've done a couple Mazda 3s. 6 is a different one. I don't honestly know.
All right. This is
Yep.
this is a question. Using a 2-channel LOC currently,
Yes.
but I want to add a 4-channel app.
Okay.
It is okay to use a 2-channel LOC and split the signal into a 4-channel.
Yes, but why?
Exactly.
So you could easily just okay, here's the deal. You could split a signal as many times as you want. The only problem is every time you split the signal, you cut the voltage. So if your LOC right now is putting out 2 volts, meaning it's taking the 12 volts that's coming out of the radio and it's cramping it down to 2 volts. Now you want to put a Y jack on it. That means you're going to get 1 volt here, 1 volt here, which means you're going to have to turn your gains up drastically, which means you're going to get a lot of noise. Spend another $25, buy a second LOC, or buy something like an audio control LC6i or LC7i, and that won't have that problem because not only, or WaveTech, you can get into WaveTech, fairly
WaveTech,
inexpensive
yeah.
too. You can pick up a nice 4 or 6 channel WaveTech. But what those will
With
do
EQ.
is those have line drivers in them as well, so they will keep the voltage up so that you can keep the gains down, because you always want to keep your gains as low as possible. It's not a volume control, it's an input sensitivity. So down low, that reduces the amount of noise that is audible to your ear out to the speakers.
Yeah.
The more you turn the gains up, the more noise you're going to hear coming from the amplifiers. All amplifiers have noise, and the more the gain is up, the more of that noise you're going to hear. Yay!
All right.
Okay.
So Robert, yeah, they should fit the Hertz Millie in the factory location. In the Chevy 2015 Cruise. I'm sure you're gonna need.
Yeah, you're
some
gonna
of
need
the
some
speaker
brackets.
Speaker adapters.
Yeah, go to bestkits.com or metraonline.com, type
Yeah.
in the make, model, and year, and you'll see where they list the speaker brackets.
Yep.
You're going to want to pick up yourself a set of those because
Yep.
it's an odd shape. It's not going to be a normal shape, but they will fit in there. It's just they're not going to bolt right in when you pull the
And
factory
for the
speaker
Twitter,
out.
you're probably gonna need a little bit more,
Minnesota.
a little bit more work.
Yeah.
But yeah, they fit.
It's just
Yeah.
a matter of patience, time, and glue. Lot of
Okay.
Glue's nice. Hey, from PA.
Vince, I having a problem with my 5-channel amp. It cut off every now.
No, I didn't.
think
Victor.
it's so overheating.
Yes.
So I turned the amp down.
Yes.
Check the power and ground. Make sure everything is good. Was it 2 ohm stable? I'm confused.
Okay, 2 ohm stable is a
Hello
funny
for VA.
thing. So why does an amplifier shut off? Let's cover that real quick as far as why an amplifier shuts off. First things first, there's a couple things, and they're all the same. One is voltage. You have to make sure the amplifier is getting the proper amount of voltage at all times. So what you want to do is you want to test it while you're playing the amplifier, not while the amplifier is sitting there idle. That's key, because one of the things we had fun with at Kicker was turning amplifiers up and watching the voltage drop. When the voltage drops, the amperage draw goes up. When the amperage draw goes up, guess what happens? The amplifier becomes more unstable and wants to shut off. So you have to make sure at volume you have the right amount of voltage going to it. 2, proper circulation, meaning is there enough air getting around the top of the amplifier for it to breathe? Under a seat, yeah, depending on, we do, as you guys know, tons of amplifiers under the seat. We live in Florida, it gets hot. We don't have problems with overheating, which tells me that a lot of amplifiers have adequate heat, or heat dissipation, meaning the heat sink is doing what it's supposed to. All amplifiers get hot, it's a product of creating power. It has to get hot. Mounting an amplifier flat with a heat sink facing up is the best way to mount an amplifier, not on the side of a box, I get it, sometimes you have to. Now, certain amplifiers are designed to be mounted that way. A lot of Rockford amplifiers are designed to be mounted this way and this way, just the way they build the amplifiers. It's kind of a wonderful thing. So that's 2. 3, impedance. Impedance is resistance. Resistance can be done a couple different ways. Obviously, the speaker ohm load as well as shorts.
What's loud? What's up?
If an amplifier is operating at an impedance that it does not like, so for example, if it'll do 2 ohm stereo and you have it working at 2 ohm stereo, wonderful. If you have it working at 2 ohm mono and it's capable of only doing 4 ohm mono, bad.
Yeah.
Same holds true for any point. So you want to make sure you check that and make sure that you're running the proper impedance to all 4 channels or 5 channels at this. That's it. Those are the only things that cause, amplifiers to really shut down. Obviously bad signal could do that too, but those are the 3 main things that cause issues. So as long as you checked all of those, there's really no reason. So
all right, it is worth it to save the amp and sub and the factory 2005 Honda Element, changing the deck and speakers.
Go ahead. I was reading another question.
Okay. Yeah, you can save it if you want to. It's not a problem. If you want to change it, that would be awesome. You change speakers, you change radio, so change the whole thing.
Yes, all or none.
Yeah.
That's how I
mean,
live.
if you,
bad
of course,
coil.
it's a budget, just go a little bit.
Bad
later.
coil would fall into the resistance category. So it's still the 3 things. But good try.
All right. Okay, somebody say, how can I use the noise filters if it doesn't have RCAs?
Yeah, we covered that.
Okay.
That's a tough one. Because it's a Scotia, it may not have that. It may have the resistance built into it, which just means it's a crappy adapter and you might want to change it. What's new, guys? Any updates on the 2018 Ford F-150 with the Bang & Olufsen system? Actually, it's funny. The only update is from Nav TV, which is the only company that's currently making an adapter. They actually just came out with revision 2 product for that because the revision 1 product on it sucked. So they just came out with a second version of it. Works a lot better. We're actually working with somebody right now that we'd put the older version in. That's why we haven't put the video up on it yet, because it didn't work all that well. So we're on to version 2. Seems to be working much better. So once we get that all straightened out, we can put the video up. But still, right now, it seems like Nav TV is the only game in town.
All right. I don't know if you read this one. Do you have the solution for changing the amplifier in a 2017 Mustang GT Premium? I heard ideally maestro harness with DSR1. It's an option. Do you sell the harness?
On a Mustang?
In the Mustang.
No, Mustang's easy. Mustang's a variable voltage output. I thought we had that video up. I know we filmed them. Mustangs are variable voltage. Up in the passenger kick panel, or driver's kick panel, there's an amplifier mounted right on the wall. All you need is a voltmeter, and you can just check out any of our videos on variable voltage amplifiers. All you have to do is solder in some RCAs and you're done. It's nothing crazy. You don't need to go nuts or anything. You can use a DSR1. You could solder in a DSR1 and boom, done. Line level. It's great.
Oh, so actually, yeah. So DSR1.
Yeah, you can use a DSR1 coming right out of that. We did. I know we put up the pictures of it. I don't know. I'd have to see. We put in a audio control D4.800 and an LC 1.800 in a Mustang, because it's 4-channel output there, right in the kick panel, line level, pretty good. My stickers got my stickers before the hurricane.
That's
Is there a part number for the second revision? What it was? No, I think it's just a running change that they're doing on that. So, because what Nav TV is going to do is Nav TV's new platform is going to be DSP ready.
Yeah.
So what they're going to do is they're going to sell you a module. The Zen modules are all going to be DSP ready. So you buy the Zen module, the DSP is turned off. If you pay them, then they'll turn the DSP on for you. So you got to pay $850 and then whatever they're going to ask for the DSP on top of that. Wow. Wow. But the DSP isn't available yet, so right now they're just selling the updated boxes.
Hello from Australia.
I don't know if it's a running change. I don't know. All I know is they sent this guy the new one because he was having all kinds of problems. What's up, Cody?
What's up, Cody? Hey, any updates in the 2018 F-150 and the BL system?
You already covered that. That's what we were just talking about. Looking into 2019 Pioneer single DIN stuff. Looks promising. The app seems to be working well. Yeah. That I was watching from Australia. Hey. Yeah. No. The new Pioneer stuff looks kind of neat. So we'll be anxious to. I'm not anxious to get my hands on it because I just don't really have the time to play with it yet. But
Carlos, yes, you can put 212s in a 2017 GMC Sierra. No problem.
Also, something that did happen this week too is we hit 70,000.
70,000, baby.
So yes, thank you. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, so we can get to 1,000 and I can have a big party. Woohoo! We'll do something cool for 70. We're definitely gonna do something cool for you guys for 100,000. I just don't know what it is yet.
Yeah. Dean is gonna dance.
Dean is not gonna dance, but we'll definitely do something cool. There's gonna be a lot, because we never thought we'd get to that. So if we,
and it's been hard.
Oh, it's extremely hard. You don't have to tell me. I know it's hard. We're trying to get to 100,000 in a genre of people that is very small.
Yeah.
So, and it seems like everyone just likes following Cardio Fabricator. So, kudos to him.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
All right. I don't know if you.
What?
Hang on, I'm looking for this. I have a Twitter fell off post. And the coaxial ones that seems to shut down the amplifier to the short from the leads touching.
Yes.
That's always possible.
Yes. So if you have a coaxial speaker and you have the little mount coming out that the tweeter's attached to and it breaks off, those tinsel leads, if they touch, bad, you're gonna cause bad things. So you need that's at that point the woofer's pretty. You have to get real tricky to fix that if you can, because you can't glue it in there because you could possibly glue the voice coil in place. So that's a tough one. That's almost time to either try to get it warrantied out or just buy a new one, or cut the tweeter array out altogether and put it someplace else. Because
now it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
All right, Dean.
Yes.
How many items can I hook up with a single remote wire from the head unit? Got my stickers. Awesome. Thank you.
So most remote turn-ons are 500 milliamp output. 500 milliamp output is half an amp. Most amplifiers only require about a quarter of an amp or less to turn on. So between, let's say, doing a micro bypass that takes like a tenth of an amp, really 2 amps in a micro bypass is where we kind of like draw the line. If where a remote turn-on really struggles is if you have an amplified antenna and you hook the amplified antenna up to the remote turn-on output. Typically what we'll do with the amplified antennas is we hook those up to accessory so that they're just on, because they don't matter. They're just amplified antennas. They can be on. They're going to be on all the time anyways if they're hooked up to remote turn-on. And that takes the stress off, because what we found, especially in like Toyotas and stuff like that, the Japanese cars, they draw like 2 amps, 3 amps sometimes, and that 500 amp output or 500 milliamp output is just not enough. So what you run into is, believe it or not, in a Pioneer, you'll actually get noise through the radio. It's really weird because it's just hitting that circuit so hard it kind of buzzes through.
Yeah.
Fab Kitchen, Soundman, boom. Yeah.
I know, right? That's
at the
awesome.
Fab Kitchen. Yeah.
Yeah, he watched.
I love Mark.
and-
Yeah, we watch.
we
Don't get me
watch
wrong.
Mark.
I watch Mark too.
Yeah.
I watch Mark. I watch Soundman. I watch as many as I can find. I watch as many shows as I can find time to watch.
Yeah.
I have my list of shows as far as what I watch first. Right now, I watch the headphone stuff first, and then I'll go to like Casey Neistat, and then after that, it's car stereo stuff. Because I want to see what they're doing so that I can make our videos better.
All right. What do you think about the older Eclipse gear? I have an option to buy some of it for peanuts.
No, the guy wrote, did I really miss Dean dropping the F-bomb again? Last week I dropped the F-bomb. This week there's no cussing.
That was amazing, right?
Hey, at the time,
Everybody was
you
like,
guys were here,
"What?"
so it was, we were talking about Focal K2s. Steve Mead is badass, so yes.
Yeah.
And I watch him too. There again, there's Steve Mead way up there, and then the rest of us down
Dude,
here.
they
so.
sang him like a huge subwoofer. I was like, holy moly, man.
Well, if you want your huge
This
subwoofer
is
to people to
awesome.
see it, you send it to him. Thank you. You're welcome for the stickers. DSP recommendations. I know you're asking questions. So there's a ton. Okay, 2018 is the year of the DSP. So really, what it comes down to is what you want to do with your DSP. The DSR1 seems to be a real popular choice if you only need 4 inputs.
Four inputs.
Now, if you have to do summing and stuff like that, then you need multi-channel inputs like audio control, which is the second DSP we like to use, the DM608, the DM810 are real popular. If you're not a fan of Rockford Fosgate and stuff like that, then you have Metra makes the Access DSP, which is very similar to the DSR1, and then it has 4 inputs.
Alpine has one?
Alpine has one that is 8 channels of 8 channels. It also has 8 channels of power, so it's got 25 watts by 8, so that's really nice too because you can use it as a DSP for amplifiers, and then things like a center channel or possibly some tweeters or rear fill, you can power directly out of the DSP, so that's also really cool. The DSR1 and the Alpine you can play with from your phone. You can also play with the Access from your phone. Phoenix Gold makes the 808 or 88 of 8 or something like that, which you can play with from your phone, your iPad, or your iPad. You gotta have an iPad or an Android, a tablet. We'll call it a tablet, which is probably out of the tablet ones the most has the most the DSR1 has a lot of options. The Phoenix Gold, 10 times more options. And then of course you have Focal, you have Gladen, you have Moscone, you have ARC. Everyone's making one.
Everyone's making one.
My advice to anybody trying to buy a DSP is, for one, download the software and play with it. If it makes sense to you, go for it. But that's the key. And then, of course, you have JL makes one too.
Oh, yeah.
But you have to play with the software, and the software has to be something you can understand because they're all different. They're all different. Now, the DSR1 is one we recommend a lot because it's simple. And you can download the software and you can play with it. You can even control it from your iWatch. It's really neat. We'll have that video up soon. But yeah, JL has the fix.
Yeah.
So, and the twerk. The twerk
All right,
and the
so
fix.
yeah.
Twerk and
So
the
what do
tweak.
you think about the Eclipse gear, the old Eclipse gear?
Does yours one work good with stereos? Yeah, it's got. So the biggest complaint that we have with the DSR1 and aftermarket radios is that it's only got 4 channel inputs. So you can't run your sub through it. You have to run your sub out of it. But it had there again. Who cares? Because you could set it up for a single 2 channel input.
There you go.
But
Wait,
yeah,
88, yeah.
and you can also hook up the bass knob to it. So yeah, we use it all the time, and it gets 4 volts output.
We love bass knobs.
What's the difference between 2-volt RCA versus 4-volt RCA? Double the power, half as much noise. So double the power, half as much noise, because you're getting this much signal as opposed to this much signal. The noise floor stays the same. So 2-volt noise floor, 4-volt noise floor. Double the signal, half the noise. As far as old Eclipse, was never a fan of Eclipse.
No.
And a lot of guys out there are going to be like, I was not a fan. We didn't sell it. We sold, at the time, we were an Alpine, we were a Kenwood dealer, and I liked those. We also sold Clarion, too. Just couldn't get behind it wasn't like I hated it or anything like that. It just, for me, Eclipse was always the other guy. And like we talked about earlier, how, when I was younger, which is when Eclipse was out, if you weren't on my team, you sucked. They weren't on my team, they sucked. I also hated Rockford Fosgate back when I was younger, too, because we sold a Rhine, and those two were like, ah, and they weren't on my team, so they sucked. Since I've gotten older, I've grown to appreciate the differences and things like that. And there again, everyone makes good stuff. Okay, there's very few companies out there that make a full line of crap. It's just a matter of finding the pieces that you're comfortable with and the ones that you like, and then just embrace the ones that you like. That's it, and who cares what anyone else thinks? Okay, Clarion used to be amazing. Clarion used to be amazing. I really pig races all the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I mean, I don't know this one. Okay, I'm gonna read it. That's from Kia. Say second Orion 5000.1 DSPLX amplifier that's burning. They were fine for a day or two. Then the static in his start before smelling the burn. Running 2 batteries and an HO alternator. Yeah.
I'm at a total loss.
I'm a total loss.
Wow. So here's the thing. Anytime we have a problem with someone else's equipment, whether it be whatever brand, okay, the first phone call we make when we call the manufacturer. All right. Most manufacturers will tell you straight up, listen, don't beat yourselves up. Don't struggle. Just give us a call. You know, we have tech support for a reason. So I always recommend, if you've done all the testing, like you've tested your voltage, you've tested your resistance, you've tested your ground, you've tested everything that you can think to test, and you're still going, call the manufacturer. Ask to speak to their tech support. Most of the time, they're pretty helpful. Sometimes they're not, but most of the time they are. And that would be where I would start. What's a good backup camera to add to my older Alpine IVA D300? Real simple. Go to echomaster.com and pick one of the 300 cameras there that best fits what you're trying to do. They're all good. Where's a good place to drill a hole through the firewall on a 2018 Rogue? It's a Nissan. Ugh. So I know where there's not a good place, which is anywhere around the brake pedal. It's a Nissan though, so more than likely on every Nissan we've ever done, there's a place to come through the firewall. The problem is without having to drill. The problem is it's typically behind some kind of a pedal. So what you want to do is make sure you have a nice powerful flashlight and look either on the driver's or passenger side for some form of a rubber grommet. Another place that's really nice to see where you can go through if you do have to drill a hole is look for where the hood release goes through the firewall. Typically where that goes through, there's usually crap in the way, but you unbolt it and then you can drill through there. That sound about right? Because I know on like the Altimas and stuff like that, we end up pulling out the whole brake assembly, the whole emergency brake. Yeah, and there's actually a hole behind it. So, yeah. I'm just going to drive my tongue to you guys, get it done right. Don't buy anything from Taco Tunes for you guys. Oh, sorry, Ninja. I saw your question. I didn't get to it. I'm sorry. What do you got?
All right. I have a 2016 smart car. There is no dash kit yet for it. Can you just...
What car?
For 2016 smart car. Smart car, this little smart car.
Well, I thought there was one, though. The double din. I thought somebody made one.
Double din?
For the smart car, the 4.2 or whatever it is. I know there's somebody that makes one.
Probably. I don't know. I haven't checked. Anyway, he's just gonna put a CD player. So you can go to packaudio.com, Metra.
Well, no, I'm trying to think of who would have had that kit. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do some more research on that one. I could have sworn.
What about Auto Leads?
Optimus was the brand. No. Optimus was Optimus. Was it Optimus? Optimus. I think it was Optimus was the Radio Shack brand back in the day.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what model is it.
Yeah, we'll have to look into that one. What do you guys think of the Clarion? Okay, 8-band. Is it worth adding to your system? No. Any one of those little single din 8-bands, they all have noise. They all pretty much suck. The only Auto Leads. Yeah. Ask Pack Auto Leads. Thank you, Car Gift. Auto Leads is the European division of Pack. So if they have it, it might be over there. Amp in Europe. Yep. So yeah, try Auto Leads. Just type in Auto Leads, and it's a UK site, so it's a little bit wonky, but you're good there. What was that? All right. So
what do you want to try?
What is your opinion on the 18-inch sub versus their smaller counterparts? If you like deep low bass and that's all you listen to, you want an 18. If you listen to any other music, no. So the bigger, heavier woofer moves a lot slower, so it's good for deep bass. When you want it to do fast bass, it's terrible. So it just really comes down to what type of bass you're listening to. If you're listening to fat bass all day long, 18. If you need something that's like gonna go then you want a 10 or a 12. Optimus was, in fact, Radio Shack stuff. Hey, you got it right. Realistic was the other one. Right, good call. My first car stereo was a Sony XR50, Clarion EQ B3, and a set of Pioneer 6x9s in the rear deck, circa 1980. What was yours? I used a brand called JSE, stood for Jet Sound Electronics. Autoleads.co.uk. Autoleads. Thank you very much. So I had a brand of speakers. It's called JSE, Jet Sound Electronics. They made some 8-inch that I had that I was using for a subwoofer that sucked. And then I think I bought another side of them. I had some. I don't remember what my first amplifiers were. There were some crappy things that was an offshoot of AudioVox at the time. But my real first amplifiers was a Sherwood 240 BP and a Sherwood 180. And then I traded both of those for an Orion
J35.
Orion 280 GX, which we actually have a shell of an Orion 280 GX screwed to the wall over here in our cemetery that you guys see in the background, which I'm very happy to have. And if I ever leave here, I'm taking with me under my arm along with every other tool that's in here that's mine. Because that was my first real amplifier. You needed a bridging module, an external 400 BDG bridging module in order to bridge the thing. But those were like high comp. The amplifier was a high comp. But yeah, and then I had some Peerless. My first system was the JSE 8s, a set of Peerless tweeters running off of a Sony tape deck because the 1980 Dodge Omni I had didn't have a FM stereo. It was straight up AM only. So I just had I took the radio out and just put the cassette Walkman right there and ran that into the tweeters and then the high comp. It sounded utterly disgusting and terrible, but I had a smile on my face and I was happy.
Thank you. His head as red.
I think the dash kit is a PFB 1306. Well, there we go. Thank you, car gift. Have you ever done a full system in a work van like a GMC's Savannah? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm working on now. Yeah. I mean, the Savannah.
We put the P312 and back on the seat and
it's
the
always,
center.
Vans suck, man. So God bless you, man. Because, remember the last one we did where the cockroaches were
I just don't want to remember.
Was the guy happy with the loud Chevy? Yeah, yes he was. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Christian got to hear the truck.
I'm like, how do you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, wait.
No, we didn't, right, like the day I got back, it was like, go Dean, go. We had to get in and do some, we brought Paul sold them some Hertz SPL series speakers.
That's the first time we do SPL
tweeters,
Hertz.
SPL 6.5s. Oh, it was like and I hate that stuff with a passion.
Yeah.
But we did a DSR 1, so we got to tune it, so it sounded really good.
Yeah.
I was pleasantly happy.
Yeah.
And it was stupid
loud.
I have a Precision Power Art Series collecting dust.
Wow.
Oof.
Clean it.
Clean it.
and send it.
No. If you don't want it, put it on eBay because people buy those things like they're gold.
It was loud. It was.
I've been trying to find myself an Orion Beast, and I don't even want it to work. I just want the heatsink from it, and that's like pulling teeth at this point. How do you secure the wobbly Jeep dash kit? Seen you guys do it previous videos, but can't find it. There's like 50 of us putting 50 different. Okay, if you want the best Jeep dash kit, period, you want to buy the Alpine dash kit.
Alpine brackets.
We just did a video not too long ago where we used the Alpine brackets to put in a Pioneer dash kit to put on a Pioneer radio. Woo, man, metal. Ooh, looks good, firm as hell. Ooh, yeah. As far as that goes, the kit we use most of the time is the Metra kit. They have two now. We use the older version. My brother has 2 in Ryan. Oh, Jesus. Well, thanks. Well, go beat up your brother and take one. And then tell me how much he wants.
Yeah.
But anyways, we use the metric kits for those because they're tapered. And honestly, there's no great way. It's just a matter of sanding and cutting and sanding and cutting. But if you want the best kit ever, and the Jeep kit from Alpine, which you get from their parts department. Mm-hmm. If you want one and you need more information, give Paul a call, 727-216-6170. They're like $80 or somewhere in that range for the 2 little metal brackets. I know what you're thinking, $80, but let's be honest, you spent way more on a Jeep for other silly little stuff, so the dash kit really is an issue. PPI was cool. Remember the flat subs they had? Yes.
PPI?
Yeah, PPI, Precision Power. Why does my original head unit BMW Professional Alpine sound better with my subwoofer wired with an LLC? I tried a Pioneer app car radio, blah, 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 and sub doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
Well, did you hook the sub up to the subwoofer output of the radio? That would be the first thing I would ask, because I tried the Pioneer CarPlay radio and the sub doesn't sound as good, as deep as the original. Yeah. Well, no, it's not going to, because you changed the signal input going into the factory amplifier. If you didn't rerun the subwoofer RCA to the back of the radio, it's going to sound different. So, yeah, you need to make sure you plug it back there. The other thing, too, is if you turn on any of the high-pass filters or anything like that, it's definitely going to suck.
Yeah.
But always reroute it to the radio. Okay, out of character, do you guys have a ground issue?
Do I have?
Oh, no. As far as like a video yet? No, we don't. I have the new Stinger head back 4-gauge copper. I have a ground issue. I have a new Stinger battery in the back 4-gauge copper. Okay, I don't know. How do you figure out the difference between yeah, okay. Recommendations for a 2000 F250
radio replacement
seems pretty hard to find needed parts. Isn't that the best kit? Pack kit?
Yeah, pack kit.
I was going to say, isn't that the pack kit? Pack-audio.com. I believe it's the same as the F-150. You buy the whole dash. You can do anything you want as long as it is fits the criteria of like the 3-inch radio.
Yeah.
If it's the 8-inch radio, forget it.
Well, not me. I never done iPad dash hit.
I've done 2, and it's not my thing.
No.
That's what Rafa does. Fun? Send them to Rafa.
Send them to Rafa or Salman.
Yeah, Salman. What was that question? Have you ever done? Yeah, no. Like dog and Salman. No, it's really not our thing.
No. I wanted to put one, but then I'm like, no.
Have you guys seen the Orion video of it putting out 1300 watts? I'm guessing that's on old school car stereo. I keep looking at it because it keeps popping up on my feed, but I have not watched it yet. So, but yeah, it's on my list of things to do. Are the new lower price Hertz speakers better than most brands? I believe you're probably talking about the Cento, which is the newer, that's going to be the replacement for the Energy, kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
Supposedly they sound better than the Energy. We actually have them, and they're coming out with Cento Pros too. So there's going to be 2 Centos now, as far as I know. At least that's how I thought they explained it to me. We have them. We have some of them, and we really haven't had an opportunity to do much with them. We've just been so busy right now. It's kind of, which I'm not complaining about. I like being busy. It's even like the Morels. I put the Morels on the board 2 weeks ago, and I still haven't had time to actually go listen to them.
Yeah.
I know what you're thinking, but dude, it's that ridiculous sometimes.
I actually listened to it. Yeah.
Did you get a chance to listen to them? Yeah. Thank you. You have a great weekend too, Sergio.
Thank you, Sergio.
Wow, 13,000. That's pretty crazy.
All right, I have
I was kidnapped by aliens 10 years ago.
What?
Okay. Well, glad you're back.
What do
you prefer, Alpine or Pioneer for SQ head units? Ooh. Man. So, all right. If you're talking single DINs, I'm going to go Alpine. If you're talking double DINs, I'm going to go Kenwood. If my only choices are Alpine and Pioneer, I'm going to go Pioneer. But I just feel Pioneer does a better job with their double DIN video head units than Alpine does. But Alpine kills it in the single DIN market, and it's discouraging because they shouldn't. They should be able to migrate that up. And they try really hard, but I think where those fall flat is the operating systems are so annoying that whatever sound quality they do offer is just lost in the fact that it drives me crazy.
Yeah. All right. Hey, I got a question. I watch all your videos on the G35, and how much you charge for the install?
Give Paul a call. There again, 727-216-6170. We're the installers. We don't know the prices. By choice.
My choice.
Better than the PRS-80? No way. Listen, okay, here's the thing.
Christian.
Love the PRS-80, love the PRS-90 and all that stuff, okay? It's a 6-year-old radio. Whoopity-doo, okay? Move on, man. Move on.
The budget up on single DIN are very good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was, I feel, how the question was going to be asked.
Yeah.
You know, the thing is with the PRS-80, man, it's a lot of stuff in a little box. It's not that it's not a great radio. It is a great radio. But if you're never going to use that stuff, which is what most people aren't, and besides, you just need a good source unit. And I feel as a source unit, they do a better job. Have you guys ever installed a K40 radar? Yes. Is it any fun? No. Does Paul want to sell them? No.
No.
Because they take too long.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they're fun. You gotta take a lot of the car apart. But if you're in Oregon, I know the guys you should see, Stereo Kings.
Yeah.
They do a lot of that stuff, and they have fun with it.
Oh yeah, they like it.
Yeah, so there are plenty of places that will do them. Make sure if you're going to take your car somewhere to do a K40 to talk to them and find out how they're going to do it, where they're going to install it. You can always call K40 or any one of those guys and ask what their recommended dealers are in that area because you're going to be spending a lot of money on a K40.
All right. I have a Rockford Fosgate P300.1 pushing 210s. I have the clean gain set up, and it doesn't specify if you have the punch EQ up or not, and the subs level on the head unit. Fosgate P300.1 pushing 210s. I have the clean gain set up. And it doesn't specify if you have the punch EQ or not.
Well, the punch EQ is a bass boost. So if you're going to be using the punch EQ, that's just, there again, if you have an EQ'd output or if you're using loudness or something like that, punch EQ just adds bass. It's just a boomy button. We do a ton, but we use escorts. Good enough. So if you want a little bit more, just be careful with the bass boost. That's what it is, just the bass boost. If you have a Pioneer head unit, it's called bass boost. So if you use their bass boost, don't use punch EQ. Pick one and run with it if you feel you need one. What would you recommend, the 4200 NEX or the new 4400 NEX? That's a simple one. I'm going to recommend the new one. However, we had a guy in here the other day that found a killer deal on a 4200.
Oh yeah, kill it.
Now, if you need wireless CarPlay or wireless Android Auto for that matter, or if you're going to be doing any of the Wi-Fi stuff that the new one supposedly does, kind of, maybe, buy the new one. Just don't hook up the VSS and the GPS antenna. So basically what you're doing is you're getting new features, you're just not using the GPS antenna. So
Don't hook it up.
Don't hook it up.
Yeah.
And Fro, keeper of the time on this beautiful Saturday, it just reminded me what time it is. That's right.
Time.
Peace out, my friend. That's right. Thank you guys so much as usual. This has been the Saturday show.
I'm gonna go see the
Car
fight.
Audio Talk. He's watching a fight. I'm gonna go see The Predator.
Yep.
Pretty excited about that. D&F Tool Drawer is a place where you can find all the cool tools that we use to do our installs. And don't worry, we're going to be updating it soon, getting it ready for the holiday season, so you guys can ask all your loved ones for all those cool tool gifts. So
Thank you for the support.
on my list of things to do. If you need shirts, Teespring/store/5star. You can find the 2 new cool shirts we got up there.
Yep.
More to come. Getting ready for there again, that holiday season. Patreon. Patreon is going to be getting all you guys that are on Patreon, or if you want to be on Patreon, you're going to be getting a boost. You're going to be getting the only way to watch the podcast as a video will be on Patreon. The next couple weeks, we'll be rolling that out.
Video, audio.
So pretty cool there. If you're in a Patreon, we thank you very much for doing so. Otherwise, you also get your name at the end of the Monday show, which is rebroadcast here Tuesday. So if you're not a Facebook fan, that's what the Tuesday show is. It's a replay of that. Now, speaking of that, if you didn't catch it, make sure you go back and check my interview with Steve Irby, the owner, president, and guy that's been in this business for 40 years of kicker.
Yeah.
It's a great interview. I have a lot of fun. And I hope you guys enjoy it. He talks about
what
square
do you think
woofers.
about the wall?
The wall was stupid.
Really?
And if you notice, I went back and added in the footage, the pre-footage.
Yeah.
Facebook went and were turned down for what was
I
playing.
saw it because they say this music, it's not allowed
So
because
Facebook
something.
went and turned it down.
Yeah,
So
totally.
I recorded it again on the for the video, so I
That's
have to go
awesome.
through and add that back in.
That was awesome.
Eskimo Joe's. Yes, we did eat at Eskimo Joe's.
Really?
Yeah, that was.
Oh,
We
you
went
suck.
there Monday night, ate at Eskimo Joe's. Cheesy fries are apparently the thing, and ranch. Oh my God! Apparently in Oklahoma, ranch is like the state dipping sauce. And I'm exaggerating, but dude, they have pickles sitting on the counter, and they bring out the ranch. You dip the pickles in the ranch and everything else. Lori was like, I called Haley immediately and was like, Haley, dude, ranch is flowing in. She's like,
moving.
I want to come.
We're
But
moving
Eskimo
to
Joe's was
Oklahoma.
awesome. We went and got. I bought Haley a shirt. We got some stickers. Lots of fun. I forgot the cup because the cup is the commemorative thing that you're supposed to get when you go to Eskimo Joe's. So Lori's gonna bring me the cup. So I forgot because
That's
Haley
cool.
was pissed that I
Yeah,
didn't
so
get her
don't
cup.
forget because they're gonna be here.
We dip our pizza in it, and I do too. Haley loves ranch. It's almost obscene how much they love Eskimo Joe's. Think of it as like a Hooters but better. It's the easiest
Okay.
way to think of it. It's like their version of Hooters.
Okay.
I'm glad you guys love the stickers. If you didn't get his stickers, I'm sorry. There will be more. You're going to get them. Don't worry. Anyone that did not get them on this first go around, like I said, I'm going to keep printing them until everyone has them that wants them. We're just we ran out, so we have more coming in the next week or so, hopefully.
Just keep
So
patient.
we'll put it back up, but don't worry, everyone's gonna get a sticker. So, and I promise you, if you're gonna get one, I don't care where you live. We sent like I think there was like 10 that went out of the country.
All right.
Yeah, so it's all good. You guys have a wonderful weekend. Pizza
See you
does
guys
sound
later.
yummy.
I'm gonna go.
What? Gonna have chicken. All right.
Have an exciting night.
Be safe. Be fun. We will be back on Monday. Yay.
Yes. Bye bye.
And I get to sit down on Monday. So cool.
Bye.
And don't worry, part 2 of the slingshot video will be out next week.
There you go.
I have internet finally. Yay.